Hello everybody and welcome back once again. My name is Jordan, also known as J-Monster, and you are watching episode 7 of my historical battle series for 3rd Age Total War. And this time around we're going to be doing the Dagor Nuin Giliath, which in Sindarin means the Battle Under Stars. And a little bit of history about this battle. This is a battle fought in 1497 of the Years of the Tree, so this is pre-First Age. And it is fought between the Noldor elves of Fëanor's people and two armies of orcs sent from Angband by Morgoth. And this battle takes place shortly after the people of Fëanor come back to Middle-earth. They land on the Firth of Drengist in Beleriand, and they move inlands and set up camp on the shores of Lake Mithrim. And before they leave to make their camp at Lake Mithrim, they burn the ships that they used to sail there. So two things result from this. One, Fingolfin's host, the much larger host, realizes that they have been betrayed, and then they start to make a very perilous crossing of the ice fields of the Helcaraxe, for which they suffer quite badly in the doing so. And Morgoth is alerted to the fact that the Noldor have come to Middle-earth, and he initially fears the worst. He thinks that the Valar have come to take their vengeance on him for killing the two trees in Valinor, which he'd done quite recently. But in reality, what's happened is the Noldor have been banished from Valinor, and Fëanor and his sons are embarking on a quest of vengeance to reclaim the Silmarils that Morgoth stole. So, what Morgoth does in response to this is he sends an army of orcs to attack them at unawares and hopefully destroy them. This first army, despite the fact that the elves were unprepared and outnumbered, was smashed completely. And they were driven back over the arid Wethrin, which is the mountain range that the orcs had crossed to attack the Noldor. And upon realizing what was going on, there was an orc army that besieging Círdan's people, the elves of the Falas, which gave up their siege and went to the aid of the shattered remnants of this army. And this army itself is driven back into the fen of Serech by one of Theodor's sons, Celegorm, and they are almost completely annihilated. Just a few handfuls of soldiers make it back to Morgoth. And at the end of this battle, Fëanor, who is represented by this handsome general's bodyguard right here, he gets ahead of himself and he drives toward Angband, thinking that he's going to recapture his Silmarils and destroy Morgoth in just a small amount of time. And he is taken at unawares by Balrogs, actually, and Gothmog, the Lord of the Balrog, is there. And he has only a small amount of companions around them, and they are all killed. And Fëanor fights with Gothmog himself, and I believe another Balrog comes up behind Fëanor or something close to that. I think he gets kind of blindsided, and Fëanor is killed. Well, he's not killed, he's mortally wounded around the time that his sons come up to try and save him with the rest of their host. And upon dying, his body burns to ash. So yeah, that's pretty much everything you need to know. I'll go quickly over the strategy and then we'll get right to the battle. I'm sure you guys are eager for that. So we've positioned ourselves on a nice position in a hill here. We're protected by this rock face here, so hopefully we can't be outflanked easily. And on the other side, I've concentrated all of my cavalry. So what I'm going to try and do is draw them up here into this kind of little killing zone. And I'll probably, I'll stick some archers on each end to support our troops. Oop, nope, Fëanor, you stay in the middle. We'll have our general in the middle so that the enemy will come for him. And we're going to kind of try and lure them into this little gap here, and then use our cavalry to crush their armies when they make contact with our lines. It's dangerous, though, because as you can see, most of their armies concentrated over here. So we are definitely at risk for being outflanked. So what we're going to have to do probably is pull off a couple units here. Some of these swordsmen to support our cavalry. And yeah, hopefully this works out. Hopefully we can do what we need to do. So they're there you go. That's everything you need to know. I'm going to go ahead and start the battle, and I hope you guys enjoy. Let's turn off fire arrows. I don't want those. Yeah, Morgoth's hosts here. This particular grouping has a number of archers. I think they've got about 5 units or so of them. That's because they were besieging a city, so I felt that it made sense to include those. They've got some orc maulers, or whatever the Gundabad equivalent is, orc heavy axemen, and they've got upgraded orc marauders and such. They've got a fairly large body of the upgraded marauders. And looks like these guys are going to come right into like our killing zone here, hopefully. And on the other side, looks like this army is going to get here first. So this is going to be the one that we're going to try and destroy quickly. So what we're going to do in order to achieve this, we're going to make them fight us on the hill, and we're going to, we're going to take our cav. We're going to move them over here into these plains, see if we can't get some of their army to split up, and then we can run them down. Our Eldar archers here, very, very powerful, very accurate. Which ones are these? Okay. So it looks like they're going to attempt to pretty much flank us with the whole body of their force. So what we're going to do is pull off another Eldar swordsman unit in response to this, and oop, nope, not what I wanted to do. Oh, I guess that's not a swordsman unit, is it? Where's our other swordsman unit? Oh, it's on our flank here. Okay, so it's going to be a Nobles of Mithlond unit here. It looks like what we're going to do is we're going to peel off one of our cav units here. We're going to try and keep the rest of them moving. Let's see. Yeah, move our lancers up here. Excuse my friend there. I don't think he realizes that I'm recording. So we're gonna get a nice hill charge here off on this this orc marauder group. Yeah, it looks like battle is about to be joined on this side. So we're gonna move the rest of our cavalry over here in response to that. Move them up behind here. Yeah, it's going to get a little choppy. There's a lot of orcs on the field. I think this is another 10,000 plus battle, so you'll have to excuse that. But there's not a whole lot I can do about the frame rate. It's an old engine, and it only uses, I think, like 1 of my 8 cores or my 4 cores. So yeah, it's gonna happen. There's nothing I can really do about it. Yeah, we're gonna make them come right up this hill at us. Make a quick charge here and destroy that unit. Bog these guys down if we can. Move these guys up to kind of entice this Mordor troop to, or this Mordor army to bunch up. That's really, really in the end, that's what we want them to do. Uh-oh. Looks like this unit here is in some trouble. Wasn't paying enough attention, not microing very efficiently. We'll group these guys separately. Move them forward. Yeah, now's the time to start crushing these orc troops. Throw that unit back in. And we're going to split them up. It's like victory is a distinct possibility for all these orc troops here. Well, we'll see what we can do about that. Yeah, it looks like things are starting to heat up on the other flank as well. Looks like our troops are skirmishing with. Oh, looks like we killed one of the enemy generals. Hey, that's good. Oh yeah, looks like these guys are finally going to make contact with our lines on our left flank here. You can see arrows are just flying all over the place. Elves and orcs and such are fighting and dying all over the place. Okay, we're going to pull them out and and charge once again. See how our unit over here is doing. Yeah, they're doing very well for themselves, preventing what looks like about 500 or so orcs here from joining the main battle and providing a menace to the rear of this Angbad army. We'll send them right back at these guys. We'll go over here and start charging into the backs of these orcs again. And those are routers. See if we can't use our cavalry to crush this bodyguard unit here and take their general out of the fight and put this orc army to rout. Let's see what's happened here. Yeah, it looks like we've broken a huge number of orc troops right here. Our swordsmen are doing very well for themselves. Yeah, our cavalry charges are just incredibly effective against these orc troops, but it looks like our men on this side, or our elves rather, have been completely surrounded, so we're going to send Fëanor himself to charge into the exposed backs of these orc troops here. Tyler. My friend is very silly. Alright, here. Looks like not too much has happened with our main body of troops over here. I'm not quite sure what the other army is doing with its time, but apparently nothing productive. It looks like they're all kind of shifting over here onto this side. It's like some of Fëanor's, yeah, looks like Fëanor's bodyguard here got pretty separated, so we're gonna regroup them. Use our archers who are now out of ammunition as extra melee troops. Let's move up here to support this offensive that we've got going on here on our right flank. Charge into those pathetic archers and put them to rout. Looks like we've taken very few casualties. We only lost 2% of our men. Probably something to do with the strange maneuvering of the Angbad army. And of course, thanks to our amazing cavalrymen's charges. Looks like Fëanor is getting attacked from the rear here. I didn't see that. Don't worry, we'll save him.
They have lost half their men.
Yeah, we're gonna pull off these Eldar archers. Yeah, these Uruks. Once they see what's going on, they're gonna take off. Let's take a look at some of the chaos that's been going on here. Yeah, it's an entirely orc force. Like, it's purely orc. There's no trolls or anything. And it's because I believe this is prior to the point where Morgoth realizes that the orcs on their own are no match for the elves. So there aren't really like dragons and some of the more monstrous support creatures that were available to Morgoth. And it's also the battle under stars. It's nighttime. That's because oh dear. Oh no, they're doing just fine for themselves, aren't they? We'll peel these guys off. Send Fëanor himself over here to crash into the backs of these orc fellers and orc martyrs. But as I was saying, there's no sun at this point, I believe, in the history of Middle-earth. Yeah, these orc forces are fleeing back over the mountains, back over arid Wethrin, into Ardgalen, where they will be destroyed later by Celegorm's son. And all this takes place over this span of like 10 days. So this is the super condensed version. This is the Cliff Notes version of Battle Under Stars. But obviously, I can't give you a video that lasts 10 days, so you'll have to permit me that one little bit of historical strangeness, or ahistorical strangeness.
The enemy general lies dead.
Oh, another enemy general has gone down, so it looks like, yeah, these guys are gonna start running.
Pursue and run them down.
We're gonna show you a bit of the pursuit, because a large part of this battle is pursuing these orcs over the hills into Ardgalen, where they're destroyed at the Fen of Serech. And also, we're gonna show you, this is where Fëanor goes all crazy, and he's like, orcs killed them all. I'm gonna get my stuff back, and he's gonna chase these orcs well ahead of his army, much farther than he should. He's gonna go after this unit of them right here. These orc raiders. And he's gonna take off, and he's gonna get himself surrounded. Looks like there's a small number of orcs over here, but he's just going for it. So here's Lord Fëanor retreating, or pursuing the orcs into the distance, while the rest of his army over here does what they do best. And yeah, we've killed 90% of them, so I'm gonna call it there. I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been the Battle Under Stars, and as usual, my name is Jordan, also known as J Monster, and take care, everybody. Bye-bye! Oh, I suppose I should show you, no, I guess we've already done the stats, haven't we? Oh, no, there they go. So, yeah, they've deployed, yeah, like 8 or so thousand orcs, give or take some, and we deployed 2,000 Noldor elves. Take a quick look at the stats, and we'll call it there. Wow, those archers did 700, inflicted 700 casualties. That's incredible. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye, everybody!